Okay. Hello guys. I'm going to do the correction to this activity that was given to you for assessment. Please, it's very important that you take note of the different areas that I'm going to be pointing out. Particularly for this tax, the areas that were challenging for most of you is the print area, your ability to print given the set of instructions that was laid out. So for this, while solving the solution, I'm going to be showing you the proper way to do it. Please take note of this, how to print showing formulas, and then how to reset your formatting when you have to show the values and print. And then I'm going to look at the conditional formatting aspect as well. And then please take note, because it's important that you need to know how to print to PDF for your end of term assessment. Okay, so let us begin. Alright, so the instruction says, use the sum function to find the total income made by all regions for each month. So these are the regions, and then this is the month. So you need to find the total. So this will be equal to sum. Okay, you can look at the formula bar here for the instruction. So I'll simply just highlight and then close the bracket, then press enter. And now, so because we're doing for each month, it means I can simply just replicate downwards and all the values will be there. So it says, question 2 says, in cell I19 and I20, enter a function to find the highest value and the lowest value. So the function to use for this will be equal to the max function is used to get the highest value. So for this range, okay, and then press enter, and then equal to min. This is to find the minimum value for the total. Okay, now I noticed on this task some of you were a bit confused on how you're supposed to find the maximum or minimum value. So remember, it says, the question 1 says find the total income, and now it's asking you to use a function to find lowest and highest income. So you're supposed to focus on the total column here to get your answer. So this is what we have. Now it says format all the cells with monetary values to have euro symbol and to 2 decimal place. So all of these are monetary values, including the maximum and minimum. So I'm going to highlight all of this, hold down control on my keyboard, and then also select these 2 cells here. Then I'm going to go to the number section, click on it, and then I'll click on currency. Make sure this is 2 decimal place, then I'll choose the symbol. So the symbol I'm looking for is euro. So let me use, I like to use Euro Island. Okay, now please, it's always good to look at the preview here to see that the currency symbol comes before the value. There are certain instances where the currency symbol will come after the value. Please make sure it comes before, except it was otherwise instructed in the question. And then click on OK, and then all the formatting has been done. Number 4 says using the information in the criteria table. So this is the criteria table. Format the cells in the total column to green if the total is greater than or equal to. So greater than or equal to 50,000, and red if the total is less than or equal to. So in this criteria table here, if the value is greater or equal to 50,000, so the font color should be green. Please, is the font color, not the background color, as you can see here. So you need to carefully read through the instruction. So to do that, I'm going to select all the values in the total column, conditional formatting, go to new rows, format only cells that contain, so when the value is greater than or equal to 50,000, then we should format it so the font color becomes what? Green. Okay, and then make this bold, so I'll click OK and then OK here. So again, while that column is still highlighted, another rule contains, and this time around should be less than or equal to 50,000. This time around the font color should be red. Bold again. Alright, so now this is done. Now what we need to do here, it says take a screenshot showing the conditional formatting applied in step 4 and save the screenshot inside your work area folder. So the screenshot they are expecting you to produce is actually this one. So you go to conditional formatting again and then click on manage rules. So this is the screenshot they are expecting from you. So let me just new, and then I will take my screenshot like this. Please, whenever you're taking your screenshot, focus on only the area that is important. If you can see this, this captures the entire dialog box. I'm not taking screenshot of any other space. Okay, now based on this, the examiner is going to be looking at this to see that you're using the greater than and equal to and the less than and equal to. From here they can see if the conditional formatting, the color formatting was applied properly, and then from here they are going to see if you actually selected the proper range of cells. So these are the values that you'll be graded on, and then if you took the right screenshot, they may or possibly be a mark awarded to it. But whenever they ask you to show the conditional formatting applied, this is what the screenshot you're expected to take. Okay, so now they said save it inside your work area folder. In your exam you might have an evidence document, so you can just paste that in there. So in my case it's going to be, my work area folder is on my desktop, a 9-term-3, then give it an appropriate name. I'll just call this conditional formatting. Okay, and then save. Now the next thing is to go to question 6. Now it says print the spreadsheet showing the formula used. Make sure the row and column headings are visible. Now looking at a lot of screenshots, I noticed a lot of people didn't put the row and column headings. Okay, and then there's a hint here that says you should print to PDF and save in your work area. So to do that, first of all I'll go to formulas and then click on show formulas. Now it is very important that you adjust the column width of each column to make sure that your data will be fully visible. So just by double clicking between each of the column headers, I can adjust the column width to auto fit like this. Okay, so in this case I'm going to highlight from A1 to I20, then I'm going to go to file, print. So anytime you're printing showing your formulas, okay, anytime you're to print showing your formulas, this is very important that you use landscape. If they don't specify the orientation to use, please use landscape. So that's one. Now in certain instances your entire column width might not be fully visible, so what you can do is you can go to scaling and say fit all columns on one page, so which means all the columns that you've highlighted will be fitted on one page. If it's the rows that are merged, you can say fit all rows on one page, but in this case I'm going to use fit all columns in one page just to be sure all the columns are selected. Now in this case, or for this instance, you can see that it's also selecting all the columns that contain the instructions and additional information that we required for our formatting. But because I only want to print the areas that I have highlighted, I would simply just come here and say, where it says print active sheet, I'll change it to say print only selection. So print selection will print only the areas that you've highlighted for printing. When you say print active sheet, it will print that particular sheet and all the cells that contain values, formulas, or any form of formatting. And then when you say print the entire workbook, if you have more than one sheet open, it's going to print the entire spreadsheet. So in this case, I'm printing selection, and then this will give me all of this. Before we click on print, we also need to set up. So here I'm going to go to sheet because it says make sure the row and column headings are visible. So I want you to take note of this area. Okay, so when I check the box that says row and column headings, right, if they ask you for grid lines, you can do that here. So I'll say okay. So now you can see the row headings and the column headings are now showing. One more thing, just in case in the exam they ask you to, you check and you notice your name and any other information that asks you to put in the header and footer is not visible, you can always come here and do it, or you can go back and then do the header and footer, but make sure all the information that needs to be where it's supposed to be is there. So I have all the information. I can now choose my printer. The printer you're meant to use is Microsoft Print to PDF. Okay, if you don't have Microsoft Print to PDF, another option you can use is the Microsoft XPS document writer. So please take note, but if any of this is not available and you're asked to print to PDF, please raise your hand and then whoever is the examiner there will assist you. Okay, so Microsoft Print to PDF, click on print, and then it's going to ask, I'm going to go to my work area folder. Please always make sure you're saving it inside your work area folder, and then I'm going to call this printout 1. So once you're done with this printing, you can stop showing your formula. The next part says print the spreadsheet showing the values only, and we're supposed to print to PDF as well. Now please take note, when you see the hashtags, right, what it simply means is that the column width is not wide enough to show the values. So what you need to do here is to auto fit again the column width by double clicking in between the lines in between the column headings. So once you've adjusted again where it's highlighted, you go to File, Print, make sure it's PDF, Print Selection, Landscape Orientation. At this point it doesn't matter except they specify, and make sure fit all columns on one page and then print. So this will be printout 2, and again you need to make sure it's saved inside your work area folder. So once you're done with that, that's all for the activity. So please take notes of all of this because you may be asked to do that, and when it comes to the printing, please read the instructions carefully and make sure you're doing the right thing. Okay, wish you best of luck in your forthcoming exams. Bye.